Okay, everyone. Uh, Good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you are joining from. Let's just give others an extra 5 minutes or let's say 8 minutes to come in, and then we start at 4:10 p.m. Thank you. Okay, we can start. So, it's according to the online meeting norms to ask whether the participants can hear the speaker. So, just because I did not want any form of noise from anybody's mic, I've enabled the mics to be turned on. So, when it's time for question and answer, if you need any, if you want to ask any questions, you can just raise your hand and you'll be prompted. If you can hear me, just put it in the chat box that you can hear me, and then we begin in 1 minute. So if you can hear me clearly, loud and clear, just put in the chat box that you can hear me. Okay, and I'll be confirming that for you. Anybody yet? All right, everyone can hear me loud and clear. Good. All right, thank you for the responses. I'm sure we are all excited to be in this orientation. We had seen the uh, flyer about the free machine learning engineering program in collaboration with Omdina. Okay, and it's actually it came at the right time. Okay, because we had wanted to add this to part of our boot camps because in Octave we organize different digital skills boot camp and we had not put in machine learning engineering yet. And we were planning to put in machine learning engineering in the next bootcamp 3.0, which will begin in February. And we were planning on making it, I think, 85,000 naira in local Nigerian currency, or I think about uh, I think $100 in USD. But fortunately, Omdina came through, reached out to us, and they said that we have a community and they would love to, they would love to collaborate with us to teach them, full stack data science, starting from the basics of data science, Python, down to advanced topics like computer vision, deep learning, and of course the software engineering part where you have to learn how to build web apps using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and using frameworks like Streamlit in Python, which is you know very fortunate for us all, especially those that are Octavians, right? Um, you get to know what Octave is all about and what it means to be an Octavian and the the whole program in general. So they gave us, they had asked that if like can we exhaust 100 slots, and I said if we were given 500 slots, we are going to exhaust it, and that was how we got the slots, and then we were given 500 slots to train different individuals. As long as you're an Octavian, that's yeah, as long as you're in our community, you'll be given the training for free for the next 6 months. And because of the volume, 500 persons, and the type of skill which is being learned, we need to do it by batch so that we can closely monitor students, because we need to ensure that those that are enrolled are going to finish the program, because you're not just doing it for fun. We are also looking at solving real life complex problems using what you've learned so far. Okay, I'll cover all of this. So congratulations to us all. This is coming for free of charge. Okay, so let's begin the orientation. So let's understand what Octave does and what it's all about. Octave Incorporations is a digital solutions company that's aimed at advancing digital education and services in Nigeria and Africa at large. Our mission is to lead Nigeria into the world of pure digitalization, making our become part of top countries in digital technology and educating as many as possible by providing available, accessible, and affordable, on-demand quality digital education and services. And our vision is to be Nigeria's leading digital solutions company and become the world's most affordable platform to learn quality digital skills. So, what problem are we trying to solve in Octave? Digitization is epileptic in Nigeria and Africa at large because of unavailable, inaccessible, and unaffordable digital education and services. And our solution to that is to provide available, accessible, and affordable on-demand digital education and services, which definitely covers the SDG goals 4, 8, 9, and 10, respectively. That's quality education, infrastructure, no poverty, and I think unemployment. And there's me. I'm the founder of Octave Corporations. My name is Michael Ojo, and chemical engineering major in University of Lagos, Nigeria, and I'm also a scholar in a particular oil and gas company called Sasol. And these are some of the skills I've earned over the years before I founded Octave. And you can reach me out at that email address that is being shown. And there's my co-founder. He's a good friend of mine. We grew up together, and he also studied computer science in school, and also went for an advanced diploma in Aptech. I think Aptech is from India, and they have branches in Nigeria. So he got his own advanced diploma there in software engineering, and those are his skills. Is a Java developer, also a Python developer, and kind of a cybersecurity person. And if you want to reach out to him, that is his email address. So let's talk about the company that's giving us this resource, this free resource as Omdina. So what do they do? So Omdina is a platform, more like an organization that brings together the global AI community with impact-driven organizations to educate, innovate, and build real-world AI solutions. And their mission is to provide the global community of AI engineers with a platform to gather and collaboratively build solutions to real-world problems. They empower strength of the worldwide AI community, and they work together to bring all the talent to develop and deploy solutions to real life problems. So basically, you're seeing things like real life problems, AI, real life problems, AI. Now that lets you know that you're not just coming in to learn the skill just for the fun of it, right? You're not just coming to learn it because you want to add it to your portfolio or to get a job or to just be titled or tagged a machine learning engineer or AI engineer. No, you're coming in to actually solve the complex problems that we are facing in the world today. And we have diverse countries here. We have people from India, China. We have people from America, Indonesia, Nigeria. We have people from South Africa, Ghana. We have people from several parts of the world. And we can all attest to the fact that we have several problems in our respective regions. And, you know, we cannot just solve all of them, right? There's no one size fits all solution. We need to pick one of the problems and find a way to effectively solve it. And right, it's basically an AI for good initiative where you basically deploy solutions built by you because you've now learned the skills so that you can make mankind more safe, comfortable, and basically make our operations efficient, right? And if it's a business you want to go into, you want to make business operations more efficient and faster, and you want to increase customer experience. So doesn't matter where you're going to take the problem from, right? But then at the end of the program, we'll give you some specific problems to work on. We have problems like natural disaster, traffic, in terms of uh, you know motorist traffic, and we also have social problems like rape, social molestation, or what's it called, you know, sexual assault, child abuse. You have drug trafficking. You have security problems like the terrorism. We have robbery. We have lots of problems, right, in different sectors in our different regions. And AI as a skill and as a technology has the potential to solve them. Okay, but the issue is that we have very limited number of AI talents in the world today. I think India has the most. Um, I think they have tech talents in surplus, but the rest of the world has in deficit. So there is need for continuous empowerment of the skills. Oh, okay. So let's talk about the program. Of course, it's a free full stack data science training. So, what is full stack data science? Well, as we all know, there are several different fields in data. We have data analysts, we have data engineers, we have business consultants, business analysts, we have AI engineers, AI developers, machine learning engineers, data science. So there are several different roles that all utilize data for solving problems, but have different ways of doing that. Where data engineers build pipelines, data scientists build much more complex models for predictions, recommendations. Data analysts basically derive insights from past data, right? Business intelligence consultants basically consult companies, individuals based on data-centric approaches. So there are several other, but then what is full stack data science? To define data science is basically the science of data, right? Yeah, basically. So anything, no matter what it is, even if it's Excel you're using, as long as you are working with data, you're a data scientist, as far as I'm concerned, right? So basically, the science of data. But um, to make it much more fleshy, is basically being able to gather data, or basically you have to define the problem, then gather data, then you have to clean the data, then you have to pre-process it, and then you have to analyze it, and then you have to use it to build models. And you know, at the end of the day, you're going to recommend solutions, build solutions that is usable, for an actual measurable change and development in a particular organization or company or business, right? So that is data science. But when you say full stack, it's basically being able to operationalize data science. While we have those that will build the models from scratch using Python, uh, you know, we all know how to import libraries, import this, import that, import NumPy, import pandas, SPD, import scikit-learn for all of those things, right? And then of course everybody that has an idea on Python will probably know how to print hello world by now, right? Basically just go and print hello world, and you can do a is equal to one, b equal to one, then print or c equal to a plus b, print c, and then c is giving you what, 3. So all of these are just basically things that you will learn, right? It's from scratch. You don't have to have any prior prerequisite knowledge on this. You'll be taught everything from scratch. Okay. So you build models as a data scientist, right? It could be predictive models, or maybe customer churn prediction, or price prediction, like stock price prediction, or classification models, like trying to know if there's a fraudulent activity, maybe for fintech solution, basically deploy fraud detection models, right? Just to know and have a safer transaction, and several other things, right? Can classify animals, classify whether or not a particular good is damaged using computer vision. That is the most popular library is OpenCV, right? So full stack is basically being able to operationalize that model so that we don't always have to build it every time, and so that it's also usable and reusable and scalable, right? Trying to build it to become a scalable solution. I know from statistics, we say that about 85% of models do not go into production. What does that mean? Basically mean that many people just go out and build different solutions, build different models, and then at the end of the day, it's not being used. It's not being used for what it's being created for. And that's why it's very good to have a use case for whatever you're trying to build, so that you know that yes, you're not working in vain. So full stack basically would give you, much more broader knowledge in software development, having you to build a web app, probably software, mobile app, whatever app it is, so that users can interact with your solution. For instance, if I built a fraud detection, or let's say I built a stock prediction model, right? And then it's there, right? I've packaged it, and I've saved the model, and I need to deploy it, right? I can build a web app, right? For non-technical people who do not know what models even mean, let alone know how to code, right? So uh, what you can do is build them a very nice user interface of a particular web app where you can ask them to input the year, input the stocks you want to predict, and input this and that, and then they input that, and then all you need to do is just click on the button, predict, bam, and it gives you a prediction, and it can also show you some plots and graphs of how based on the normal data and the predicted data, right? So in this case, I don't have to know the different codes you add to program to build that model. All I need to know is that I need to input these fields with the right set of data, and then I get my solution. That is what you do when you operationalize what your data science solutions. Now when you build them, let's say I also want to build. Okay, I'll give you a very good use case, a real life use case in Octave operations. We teach digital skills, right? So what we'll do is we'll release the information of the boot camp. Let's say we want to teach data analysis and business intelligence, we want to teach cybersecurity, blockchain development, digital marketing, and it costs 30K, 50K, 70K, 100K, that 1,000 naira. And we're like, okay, we've gotten leads, right? So our problem is we want to manage resources. We want to save cost of trying to follow up with leads, having to call them, having to send them, messages. Those things cost money and time. So how can we locate those that are likely to pay first or that are likely to actually enroll to our programs, right? So we're using past data of our past students. We can find a pattern, right, in people that will likely enroll. So we can build a predictive model to actually know, I will call them active leads, or there's a word for it in marketing, right? We are basically leads that are definitely going to be converted. So that model will basically be built by our data scientist or data science team, and what they will now do for the ad- administrative and marketing department to use is to build a web app for them. So the web app can contain maybe student ID, age range, job type, status, uh, something like wealth segment, or basically average salary, average annual income, location, gender, all of this, right? And then we input these, and then we click on predict, and then it basically tells us yes or no. Yes meaning the student will likely pay, no meaning the student will not likely pay. Now this model has given us a huge, a very huge edge, you know to locate those that will actually. Now it's not as if that the model will be very accurate, right? That's why you have the matrix table, right? The what's it called, the matrix, where you have your true positive, true negative, and the rest, right? And then you basically want to maximize true positive, right? And you want to maximize true negative so that you know that your predictions are correct. So this model will help us to, at least if we have 500 leads, it can help us rank it down to 100 leads. That's okay. Let us focus on these guys based on the model built based on past data of our students. These are the guys that will likely enroll. So we're going to focus more on those 100 leads and get them to enroll, not neglecting the others. We'll still focus on the others, but we'll put in much effort in the 100 that the model has, predicted for us. Now, what has this helped us do? That's helped us reduce the cost that would have used to reach out to every 500, like all of them, and at the end of the day, many of those that will be reached out to would not likely enroll. So the cost of having to reach out to them has gone to waste. The time and effort has gone to waste. And this is a typical example of how to use data science and machine learning in the tech space, right? As a school. And you can use it in every other space, right? You can use it in fintech, you can use it in businesses, you can use it in anywhere, right? Anywhere. And that's what you're coming to learn in this training, right? You're coming to learn how this is done. So the duration of this training is 6 months. So it's not as if you're going to use your 6 months to learn. No, 3 or 2.5 months of these 6 months will be used for training, where you learn the basics of Python, machine learning, neuroscience, and then several different examples. Definitely, you learn how to do those useful stuff like house busting house prediction, iris classification, all of those things, right? Those for because I would not consider those as actual projects, right? Those are just class examples, just to keep get you started because your projects are going to be real life projects that are going to be solving actual problems in the community, and that's what makes this program interesting. So 3 months to get you started from beginners to advanced, and then 3 months to work on complex projects. We might have to divide you in groups and in teams. We have the data collection team, the the model building team, the deployment team, so that's easier. Let's say you decide to work on um, power distribution or the epileptic issue of power in Nigeria, right? You want to see how you can use data science and machine learning to evenly distribute power so that at least everyone can have constant electricity. So you need to gather data, except if it's available. Most times, when you're trying to solve new and novel problems, the data are not readily available, right? They're not readily available. You may need to go and source them by yourself by creating surveys, going out there, searching and researching, and that's actually much more challenging. But that's part of the challenge, right? That's part of what you have to face as a data scientist. You won't always get your data on the platter of gold, right? You might need to source your own data, and even those available might be so messy that you need to quickly clean it up and make it of good quality, because in data science, what matters the most is quality data. Doesn't matter how good your model is predicting. Doesn't matter the accuracy or the precision or the recall. Doesn't matter whether you used low code or no code. Doesn't matter whether you use the best or you use PyTorch or whether you use. Doesn't matter. All that matters is you getting the right data and in a very quality format. What does that mean? It has to be data centric. So let's move towards data centric models and not model centric, or we basically need to have data that is of good quality. And if you're able to get that, the rest would be very seamless, right? One of the problems that machine learning engineers face is the fact that they don't look at the total development phase. A typical data science problem or a typical data science research project would begin with problem statement. And after you've gotten your problem statement, then you have to convert that problem statement to a machine learning problem. After which you have to know what data to gather. After which you gather the data. After which you prepare and process the data. After which you analyze and build the models with the data. After which you then deploy what you've built. Now look at all of those steps, about 6 to 7 steps, right? They tend to put more focus on model building, and that is not the case. We are looking at the total stages from beginning to the ending, and most of the time, researching, data collection, and data cleaning tends to take most of our time, about 75% of the time for that particular process. And it doesn't make sense to now waste more time on the model, especially when you are given a limited time to work on the solution. So all of this will be taught. The smart ways to to deploy data science solutions, right? Where you build models and the rest, and you can then as a matter of fact, you can find a use case for yourself, right? You have a business, or you work in a business, or you have a personal project that you're trying to solve for your community, right? you know we are basically going to empower you with the skills that you're going to use to solve those problems that you're interested in. And then that's what you do in the last 3 months of the duration, plus the experience, because you work and you know, you're basically getting experience while working on projects, right? Some of us are put into several companies that work partner with in Octave. I mean, you work in Octave corporations to work on more research or in other companies. We have Metro, which is an eye clinic in Nigeria, and we have several other companies that would need your service, right? We're not promising internship at the end of this, but we are saying that we would try as much as possible to partner with as much companies so that you can also work and solve their problems too, what we've learned. But what we are focusing on is community challenges. We are focusing on community problems, like trying to apply what you've learned in this program to solving community complex problems. So the structure, definitely, because we cannot fix a time and say let's have live trainings by 9 a.m. WAT. In 9 a.m. Nigeria, other countries probably be in 2 a.m., 2 p.m. So you have diverse time zones, diverse countries there. So it doesn't really make sense to say you want to have a structured uh, learning. So all the lectures will be ready, pre-recorded. They probably will not be given out to you at once so that you don't get overwhelmed. We'll be releasing them weekly. I will show you the syllabus here. So weekly, and we have different lecturers that will come and take you different topics. We have those from Octave and those from Omdina. We're going to collaborate to take you guys on this journey, right? So it's going to be self-paced in that you have 1 week to complete the, let's say, 2 hours, 3 hours long lecture for that week, right? So you have weeks. So it's self-paced, but you are required to finish up before the deadline. That's why I said but timed lectures. So it's self-paced in that you can take it in your at your convenience, any day, any time you like. You can take it by bits or as a goal, but you are given a limited time of a week to finish the first week so that we can, because after that we are going to have weekly live meetings, which is where we're not going to set a time like this, maybe 4 p.m. WAT on Saturdays, where we're going to have live conversations with everyone that is participating in the program, and we'll ask you what you've learned so far, if you have any questions, any challenges, stuff like that, right? And just basically interact with each other, right? So that's what we'll do. So that doesn't make it look as if you are doing an online program. No, it's not like you're going to Coursera, you're going to YouTube, you're going to Udemy. No, we are going to monitor you. You're going to have leads. You're going to have group leads. You're going to have region leads that will ensure that everybody is working, everybody's learning, and everybody's meeting up with the deadlines, because you'll be submitting some assignments too weekly, maybe quizzes or assignments. Everyone will put in a group, right? So we'll group you guys. So let's say we have 125 people per batch, right? So we may probably have about, let's say, 10 or 9 groups, and everyone will have their own. So we'll do it in an interesting way where we'll mix you guys based on gender and based on uh, diverse regions, right? So doesn't so we're not going to be biased and say all Nigerians stay in one group, all Americans stay in one group. No, we're all going to be mixed so that there is uniformity and unbiased way of approaching projects, so that we can get you know diverse, diverse we can get diverse opinions on approaching problems. So group leaders will be assigned to each group, definitely. And on the flyer you can see the requirement to become a registered Octavian. So we have a community called the Octavians, right, in Octave Corporations, and it's basically a community of tech talents that are driven by technology to solve complex problems you know in the world. And it is free to join. Definitely, it's very free to join. You can, just like being able to join a WhatsApp group or a Telegram group, and you are getting resources like free courses, internship opportunities, job opportunities. We can have webinars on soft skill, hard skill training, right? So it's free. But we have a premium membership where you get to have access to opportunities like what Omdina has brought to Octave Corporations. And what do you have to do? All you need to do is to get our t-shirt and your ID card. For those in Nigeria, we don't want to stress you by saying go and print your own or go and print. No, what we'll do is this: we'll help you with your. That's why we asked for your preferred color, right? So that we can get it for you and help you to print it. We'll also help you to print your ID card. That's why we asked for your headshot for passport so that we can put it on your ID card, because Octave Corporations community is a very structured one. We care for our members and we want to know more about them. We build genuine relationships with them. So we don't still want to like have a very unstructured or scattered community where nobody knows each other, where everybody's just there, not active, right? Just checking whether or not there's a good opportunity link to link onto. But then Ultimate Corporations membership is more or less like a collaborative society where we work together to build solutions. Okay, that's the difference. And for you to be an Octavian, you need to be identified as one. You have to wear a t-shirt, have your ID card, and be proud to say that you are in a particular community that's solving real life complex problems. We are proud that you are doing something for mankind, or doing something for Earth. You're working, towards achieving, several sustainable goals. Okay, and that's what we're doing. That's where the registration fee comes in, right? So and then it's also a way to support Omdina. Omdina is actually an open source organization. They teach these things for free, but they do it community by community. So we also would like to donate to Omdina, as a more like as an appreciation token, because that's what they used to run, right? They run on donations. Everything they do is free. So they run on students' donation, company donation. So Octave Incorporation still want to actually support their movement and cause. So we're also going to donate something to them, right? And I don't want to do the maths, but it doesn't look as if someone is extorting money that, oh, we saw free on the flyer and they are were asking to pay. No, 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 no. Don't take away. That's why I like when people come in to ask questions. Just come and ask, okay, what does it mean to be a registered Octavian? And I've just explained to you, right, that all you need to do is get our t-shirt and our ID card. As a matter of fact, if you're in Nigeria and you can reach out to me and you say, okay, you want to get your t-shirt and ID card, we can pay for you straight. But then we have people in different states, Lagos, Abuja, Kaduna, Kano, and for logistics sake, we can either do it by groups where we send the designs to each group lead to have the design printed for everybody, or we partner with a logistics company like Gigs Logistics or whatever logistics that we can partner with, prepare the package, the marks for each and every one of us, package it and give it to them to deliver it wherever you are. So you don't have to stress yourself. Anywhere it's possible, it's fine. We don't really care about the money you're paying or whatever it is. We don't care about that. What we care about is that you are able to identify as an Octavian with your T-shirt and your ID card, and your details are going to be stored here, because we're looking at building a digital community where well, it's part of our future goals. But you guys will tend to know that better. But you just need to be active in the community, and that is what that requirement mean. Now you need to pay before. Do you know why? Because because you need to be registered, because it's an Octavian uh, program, right? So you need to actually have the t-shirt and ID card. Wear it. Maybe we can even make it mandatory that you wear it during our live seasons. So that when we want to take a group picture or want to take a snapshot of our meetings, everyone can be seen wearing the Octave t-shirt. So it makes sense that it should be before, right? Before. And since we're doing it batch by batch, we're doing it 125 individuals per batch. So the first batch, so we'll do it three months per batch, because let's say the first batch starts in January, February, March, right? So they end their training in March and want to begin their project in April. The next batch can come in March and continue. So we have it that way. So as one batch is finishing the training and going into projects, another batch is coming into training, and we do that way so that we can utilize the year 2023. But because it's 6 months, definitely it's going to roll over to 2024. Okay, but at least everyone would have been trained on the skill at the end of 2023. But then there will still be some groups or some about 3 more batches that will be working on their projects, in 2024. So please, it is very mandatory that you have, and we're not, it's not compulsory. You don't have to, right? Basically, it's like I said, it's free to join the community. You can join our WhatsApp community, you can join our Telegram community. We send different opportunities in internships, free courses, Even Octave incorporations offer free courses. And one of the benefits again is that in our boot camps where we charge 30K, 50K, 70K, you get about 10% discount on every of our courses or our programs, on every of our services, every of our products. You have access to premium opportunities like this. We're going to have another one next year, which will be on Aspen ISIS for engineering students. We're also going to have several other opportunities. Okay, so that's it. So this is the curriculum syllabus. I've shared it to everyone in a PDF. If you've not gotten it, um, I think everyone that is on this meeting probably have gotten the mail, right? So definitely you probably must have gotten the memo. Okay, all right. So now you can see how detailed it is, right? From basic Python down to computer vision, deep learning neural network, down to working with GitHub, Streamlit application where you have to learn HTML, CSS, and then deploy using Streamlit library, and then developing and publishing data science package, right? So we might probably learn more on this. I don't know because I tend to want to, you know, explore and let's see what new things we can add. Of course, you're going to learn natural language processing too, so you can learn how to do, digital summaries of articles. You can basically convert from one language to the other, and having this skill, opens you to a very wide and variety, approach to solve problems and to even create products. Now, one of the very important thing is, okay, personally, I promote entrepreneurship, right? So that we can have more startups and companies, and so that we can solve the issue of unemployment. So that because our startups are sprouting up, we're basically going to get people who would need to work and then we give them jobs. So I feel like entrepreneurship is the long term solution to unemployment, right? So you cannot be an entrepreneur if you don't have any form of skill, right? So you need to own your skill, you need to build your skill, you have to have project management, product management skills, you have to have leadership skills, you have to have technical skills. But the most interesting thing is that you don't have to have all the skills. And that's why you have a team, and that's why you have a co-founder, you have co-workers, you have people that would basically complement your skills, that the ones you're lacking. On the, for instance, I'm a product manager, I'm a data analyst, I'm business consultant, I'm also, you know, I don't have a strong hold in coding, right? I don't have a strong hold in programming. I can't program, but it's not something I enjoy. But I have a co-founder, Ibrahim, who loves coding and who loves building softwares. So if I can focus on management and customer success and customer experience and basically the general overseeing of the company, Ibrahim can work on the technical part, the technology, softwares needed to ensure that all of these. And then in combination, we formed a company that is solving different problems, right? So it's also an avenue for you to have the skills and become business owners by building tech solutions. Okay, for your projects, basically, they are local community projects where you find a community challenge and build a solution for it. And there's a global public project where you find, a problem in line with the sustainable development goals and you build a solution for it. And then you have a project which will be done in groups, like I have explained. And very, very importantly, we have okay, I'm actually in a particular school, and you have to log this place up. So this is the end of the orientation. I'll send the slides to you guys. If you have any questions, just chat me up on WhatsApp or the email address or anywhere, right? You can access me. Thank you very much, everyone. I really hope that I've been able to explain everything you need to do. So thank you very much, and have a nice day. Okay.